Right, my testing. Hi guys. Thanks for waiting. And yeah, I want to say Merry Christmas to all of you. Like soon, this Saturday, isn't it? So like 2 days ago, tomorrow. I mean 2 days later. Yeah, tomorrow will be the Christmas Eve, isn't it? Right. So, which trial paper should we try tomorrow? I'm not sure yet. Maybe I go find out any more model paper I want to do. Yeah, or if not, then I will discuss some trial paper in my master class as well. Alright, so for MRSM paper, I haven't got it yet. I got students send me the Negeri Sembilan one, Selangor one. We doing Kelantan one, and I have few more stage. Some teacher also share some paper to me. I forgot already. I kind of need to go to check it out. Okay, so I remember for the last live streamings, like I'm not sure it's last Thursday or last Thursday. Yeah, we still have few questions for paper one we haven't finished. So yeah, and also in the Discord over there, I believe the Alvin helped me to open a new channel actually for students to share the trial paper over there. So you guys can go there and check it out if you want to download the paper. Waited this section for so long. Alright, thanks for waiting. Alright, so let's finish the last three questions for paper one, then only we go to paper two. Paper two, I think I will discuss section A only. B and C I will save it for next Thursday. Alright, so yeah, just do not want to waste your time. Let's begin. Okay, so the question says ABCD is a parallelogram, label counterclockwise. So I will just roughly label. So let's say I have something like A is like -1, I will just assume A is somewhere at the bottom here. This one will be A, and C will be 3, 5 is somewhere here. This is my C. So this is 3, 5. Then I kind of want to draw a parallelogram here, like counterclockwise, right? So like A clock is like this. So B must be here, since want to be anti-clockwise. Okay, so this one will be my B. And then this one will be C, this one will be D. Definitely D might be at below x-axis, I do not know. This one is just a random sketching only, okay? Okay, so I have some coordinate -1 and -1. And 3, 5 for C. And B and D I have no idea. Okay, over here they give us some information. They say that the straight line BD is parallel to the straight line of that one. So yeah, so it's parallel to this straight line. Ask us to find the equation of BD. So alright, so let's find what is the gradient for this line first. 5y equals to x plus 25. So y equals to 1 over 5x plus 5. So the gradient of BD will parallel to this one, isn't it? The gradient is 1 over 5. Okay, and then next thing I want to do is, in order to find the equation of BD, I will need to know one coordinate is on the line of BD. Okay, this is a little bit challenging here. So if this is parallelogram, right, I know both of their diagonal will share the same midpoint. Means what? So the midpoint of AC, this is the midpoint of AC, will be same with the midpoint of BD. So you can see this is my BD, isn't it? Okay, so as long as they are parallelogram, rhombus, rectangle, or square, they will have the same midpoint for both of the diagonal. So midpoint of BD will same with the midpoint of AC. So therefore, over here I want to find what is the midpoint of AC. Midpoint is x plus x divided by 2, y plus y divided by 2, isn't it? So it'll be 3 minus 1 over 2, comma 5 minus 1 over 2. Okay, yeah, because plus -1 it will become -1. So this is 2 over 2, this is 1, and this one will be 2. Because 4 divided by 2 is 2. Alright, now I have the midpoint over here, which is like 1, 2. Alright, and this point actually passing through the line of BD, isn't it? Then I can find the equation BD easily. Because remember, whenever you want to find an equation of straight line, ask yourself, do you have these two information? First is, do you have the gradient? Second, do you have a coordinate on it or not? If you have both of them, then you can just use the linear equation methods to form the equation. Just using this one after you have gradient and one coordinate. So gradient of BD I have already 1 over 5. The coordinate on the line of BD I have also is like 1, 2. Then I can form the equation really easily. So I can say y minus 2 equals to m x minus 1. So y equals to 1 over 5x. This is minus 1 over 5 plus 2. So my y will equals to 1 over 5x plus 2 will be 10 over 5, which is 9 over 5. Done. This is the equation of BD. Okay, so 2 mark. Then, given that the BC is perpendicular to the straight line AC. BC is perpendicular to AC, okay. BC is perpendicular to AC, okay. So, okay. But yeah, my sketching doesn't look like so perpendicular, but it doesn't matter. So it's sort of BC and AC here will be 90 degrees. Yeah, it's still possible, but it's just my sketching is so fair only. So let's say this is BC. Alright, then the diagonal. So we might have something like this. This is BC, and this one might be AC. Then we have another line look like this. Does it look like it's the same? Oh my god. Yeah, so here will be like another 90 degree like that. Okay, A, B, C, D. So it can be BC is perpendicular to AC. So it's still possible. Okay, so perpendicular here given me one very important information. I know gradient of BC multiply gradient of AC must get -1. Why this happen? Whenever they are 90 degree to each other, this will always happen. Okay, so over here, do I have the gradient for AC? Yeah, I don't have the gradient of AC. Then I kind of want to find the gradient of AC. What the question asked me to do here, find the coordinate B and D. Okay, let's do it. Let's find the gradient of AC lah. It's not hard. I have the coordinate A and coordinate C. C is 3, 5. I use a gradient formula. The gradient formula is y minus y and x minus x. Alright, this is 6 over 4, which is 3 over 2. Alright, so since gradient of BC will equals to never mind, 1 by 1, multiply 3 over 2, we'll get -1. Then gradient of BC is basically the -2 over 3. After I got the gradient of BC, what I want to do is I can find the equation. Yeah, I can find the equation of BC, isn't it? I have a coordinate C. So I use y minus 5 equals to gradient, -2 over 3, and then x minus 3. Okay, to find the equation of BC. Okay, so let's solve it. This is -2 over 3x plus 6 over 9, or basically is 3 and 3, it is plus 2, right? Plus 2 plus 5, which is plus 7. So we're positive 7. Okay, I have the equation of BC and I have the equation of BD. You realize equation BC and BD both also share the same letter of B, isn't it? Basically means what? If I sub BC into BD, I'm getting coordinate B. Get the idea? Okay, so let's do it. Find my coordinate B. 1 over 5x plus 9 over 5 equals to -2 over 3x plus 7. Okay, then 1 over 5, -2 over 3 move to the other side, become plus 2 over 3. So I get 13 over 15x equals to, this is 7 minus 9 over 5. So it's 26 over 5. Then x will become this one, and this one I cut, I left 2. Then this one is 30, so it's 6. Okay, so x is 6, then I want to find the y coordinate. I sub 6 into any equation I want. Let's say I sub into this equation. My y will become negative 2 over 3, 6 plus 7. This one should be cut to negative 4 plus 3. I got my coordinate b, it will be 6, 3. Okay, the question asked me to find the coordinate b and d. So I need to find d as well. Okay, I have the equation of BD. So if I can get the equation of AD or BC, then I can, or BD, I can find the equation, coordinate of D. I have the BD, okay. Then BC I do not want, but something I know is BC must parallel to AD, isn't it? So they will have the same gradient. Gradient of BC must be same with the gradient of AD. And what is the gradient of BC just now? Negative 2 over 3, right? Yeah, now I have the gradient of AD. And I have the coordinate A. I can form the equation easily here by doing y plus 1 equals to negative 2 over 3, x plus 1. I'm finding equation of AD. Okay? So y equals to negative 2 over 3x minus 2 over 3 minus 1. So it's negative 2 over 3x. This is minus 5 over 3. Alright, so I have AD. If I sub BD into the AD, you realize BD and AD, both of them share the same letter of D, isn't it? Oh yeah, can use the midpoint to find coordinate A as well. Yeah, we can use the midpoint to find the coordinate D as well. Yeah, thanks Claire for letting me know. Yep. Okay, so that one is faster, but since I do halfway, let me finish this one, then I teach you the midpoint method as well. Alright, so this is 1 over 5x plus 9 over 5 equals to negative 2 over 3x minus 5 over 3. Okay, this is sub AD equals to BD. Okay, so it's equation, not the length. So let's solve it. 1 over 5 plus 2 over 3. So this is 13 over 15x equals to negative 5 over 3 minus 9 over 5. So this is what? Negative, a little bit weird, but I hope I didn't make a mistake. Negative 52 over 15. Then x will become this number going to multiply 15 over 30. Okay, negative 4. So since I get the x, then I can get the y by substitute into any equation I want. So let's say I sub into the first one. Negative 2 over 3, negative 4 minus 5 over 3. So this is 8 over 3 minus 5 over 3 is 3 over 3, y is 1. So my coordinate D will be negative 4, 1. Alright, since just now the Claire actually tells us about the midpoint formula. So what if you want to use the midpoint here? We can, because we know B, coordinate B are, this is coordinate D, right? Just now we got the coordinate B, right? Yeah. If you got the B is 6, 6, 3. Obviously this one is just for draft sketching only, not the real one. If I want to get the XY here, then I can use the midpoint formula here as well. Let me use the space on the top here. So pay attention at this 3 point. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I can say x plus 6 over 2 equals to 1. Because the x value plus the x value divided by 2, you will get the middle x value. Then comma, y plus 3 over 2, you will get 2. The y value plus the y value divided by 2, you will get the y value. Then I will get x plus 6 equals to 2, x equals to 4. Negative 4, sorry. It's a y plus 3 equals to 4, y equals to 1. Then I got my coordinate D is negative 4, 1. It's exactly same with This one negative 4, 1, isn't it? But midpoint formula is always faster. I mean like a lot faster. Not a little bit faster, it's like a lot faster. Okay, so after I got the coordinate B and D, have I done the question 13? They asked us to find the area of ABCD. Then we just need to write down all our coordinate. A is negative 1, negative 1. B is 6, 3. And C will be 3, 5. And coordinate D will be negative 4, 1. Alright, this is all the coordinate I have for all my ABCD. Since I want to find the area of ABCD, so I will just write a half and modulus. Write my coordinate A first, which is negative 1, negative 1. B will be 6, 3. C will be 3, 5. D will be negative 4, 1. Repeat the A. Repeat the first coordinate, okay? Okay, this is how we do. Then we multiply in this direction. Okay, so let's do it. 1 over 2. Negative 1 times 3, negative 3. And then plus 30 plus 3 plus 4. Minus, at the opposite direction, multiply like this. Whatever inside the bracket is continuous still plus. Negative 6 plus 9 plus negative 20. Negative 20 and minus 1. Alright, then I want to solve whatever value inside the modulus. Alright, so okay, 3 and 3 I cut. This is 34 here. And here is okay, negative 27. Negative 27 plus 9. So it's negative 18. Okay, minus negative 18 becomes 52. So the area will be 26 units square. Done. Alright, so yeah, a lot of different names for this formula. I kind of forgot. Yeah, it looked like a shoelace. Is it called Heron formula? I'm not so sure. But anyways, yeah, this is how you could solve this question. It's about 8 mark. Not too bad, because normally coordinate geometry, they love to put locus over here. But then you doesn't have locus here, so it's still fine. Next question. Okay, log questions is kind of my favorite here. Okay, for the denominator, I want to change this one into a log base 2. So I just swap between y and 2. So it will be 1 over log 2y. Okay, some students might confuse. I'm using the formula like log AB will equals to 1 over log BA. Okay, I'm using this formula over here. So this is how I get this one. Equals to 4 plus log 2y plus 5. Alright. And then divided, when 2 divided by 1 over log 2y, the log 2y I can bring to the top, become multiply. Okay. Then, yeah, then the whole question will become a lot easier already. Then we'll group whatever have log 2y together. This one 2 we're going to move up, become y square minus log 2 y plus 5 equals to 4. Alright, then I factorize out the log 2 here, become y square over y plus 5 equals to 4. And then we're going to move my log 2 to the other side, become 2 power 4. And then the next thing, 2 power 4 is 16, isn't it? So y square equals to 16y plus 80. Okay, so y square minus 16y minus 80 equals to 0. Let's solve it to find my y. Two bracket here. What is this? 80 divided by 12? No, cannot divide by 12. What am I doing? 10 and 8? No. 5? 80 divided by 5? 5 and 16? No. 20 and 4. Alright, so my math is so fail. I'm so sorry. So my y equals to 20 and y must equal to negative 4. Since y can be the base of the log, so negative must not be allowed because it will give us the math error. Then we only get one value for y, which is 20. Okay, so yeah, this is how we solve it. Basically mean they asked us to find the y value. Alright, for part B, they give us a log a n equals to half the whole thing. Without using the calculator, determines the value of n in the simplest form, p over q. Alright, so let's solve this one. So log a n equals to half. Alright, they're trying to make it look complicated, I guess. Minus log a 3 over 8 minus 6 log a 3. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to have the log base a, definitely. So the 1 over 2 I move to the other side, become multiply 2. Then this one gone already. This one I will 1 over log 24, base 24, right? I'm going to change it to the base a. Become 1 over log a 24. Okay? Then because 1 over again, so the whole thing will become log a 24. Okay, so this one is basically is log a 24 minus log a 3 over 8 minus log a 3 power of 6. Alright, so on my right hand side, everything in terms of log a already. I can factorize out the log a. Minus basically mean put at the denominator. 3 over 8 at the denominator. 3 power of 6 is at the denominator as well. So here is basically is log a n square. Okay, now I can ignore the log a and log a for both sides. Then my n square is equals to, this one I can type the calculator, right? We don't really need to do it manually here. 24, this one is 3 over 8 multiply 3 power of 6. Okay, so we have about 64 over 729. So we're going to square root it. 64 over 729. Square root 64 gives us 8. Square root 729 will give us, is it 81? No, 27, isn't it? I don't know. Is it 729? Yeah, 27. Okay, so, and then because n is over here, this value cannot be negative. Yeah, some student might ask, sir, why square root it doesn't have plus minus? Because this is log. We cannot have the negative version. So we only have the positive version. So the answer should be 8 over 27. Because they asked us to leave our answer in this pattern. Yeah, so I leave my answer in the fraction. Done. Alright, then we still have one last part. If a equals to 2 over 3, find the log an. Okay, so this one is sort of a bonus mark, I guess. So log an, when my a is 2 over 3, and my n I got it is like 8 over 27. So without using the calculator, we know 8 over 7 is basically is 2 over 3 power of 3, isn't it? Because 2 cubed, you get 8. 3 cubed, you get 27. So because of this one, I can move the 3 to the front. The answer will be 3. Because the same thing, log a is equals to 1, isn't it? Okay, if you don't believe me, you can type everything in the calculator. You should get 3 as well. 8 over 27. So the calculator will tell you it's 3 as well. Cool. Log questions, 8 mark. Any problem for these questions? Okay. Yeah. So if there's no problem, then we're going to move on to the next one. Yeah. Today I have so many moderators here. I'm proud. Okay. Last question here. Last question for this paper. Integration, I guess. So this diagram 7 actually show the straight line. Y equals to k and y equals to x squared. Calculate the value of k if the area of shaded region is that one. Alright, so over here, what I want to do is I need to find about these two intersections. Then we can get the value of k here. Okay. So when y equals to k, k equals to the x squared. I sub the k into the y here, okay? So my x will be square root positive negative k. So that's mean here the first one is, yeah, actually I can straight away integrate from 0 to k, isn't it? Can I? Can I? Ah, it's fine. Okay, let's say this is square root k. This is negative square root k. So if I integrate from negative square root k to positive square root k for my x squared dx. Alright, I'm actually getting this shaded area in the red color one. I cannot get the black color one. So I kind of need to use a rectangle to minus the red color one to get the black color one. You get the idea? So if here is k, then this length over here is 2 square root k. Then I want to get the rectangle. It's not hard, isn't it? This is k, this is 2 square root k. So basically the area will be 2 multiply k times square root k will be k power of 3 over 2, isn't it? Okay, so basically if I want to get the shaded area, if I want to get the shaded area, I will just use 2k power of 3 over 2 minus, this one is the red color one, then I will get the shaded area, which is, I will get the whole thing will equals to 15 over 3. Okay, so then by solving this one, I will get the k value. Let's see possible or not. Alright, so let's integrate this one. I will get x cubed over 3. And then this one should be negative square root k positive square root k equals to 15 over 3. So 2k power of 3 over 2 minus x sub into, k square root k sub into there, I should get the same thing. K power of 3 over 2 over 3 minus, this one sub into here, I will get k power of negative 3 over 2. No, the negative is in front. Okay, no, it's not the power. It's not the power. This is negative k power 3 over 2 over 3. So many brackets. Equals to 15 over 3. Then both of them you can plus together. I assume you'll get 2 over 3. Okay, so 2 minus 2 over 3. You will get 4 over 3 k power of 3 over 2 equals to 15 over 3. Okay, 3 and 3 I simplified that. Then k power of 3 over 2 is equals to 15 over 4. So k will equals to 15 over 4 power of 2 over 3. 15 over 4. There's no way I can simplify this one, power of 2 over 3. Am I correct? 2.414. Sir, careful about 16 over 3. Okay. Yeah, because plus 1, right? It's 16 over 3. No wonder I get a so weird answer, but you guys are so helpful. Yeah, it's 16 over 3. It's 16 over 3. It's 16 over 3. Yeah, I cannot forgive myself make this kind of mistake. Alright, then it's 4. Okay. Then it's also not so helpful. This is 4 power of what? 2 over 3. It's still decimal, isn't it? Yeah, it's still decimal. 2.52. Yeah, I guess this one should be the k value for part A. Anyone got the answer for this one? Actually, I guess I should have the answer with me. Just a bit lazy to check, but I can try to check the answer. Yeah, it's correct. Okay, not bad. Yeah, I thought might be wrong because normally they will give a whole number, but in this case you will get a fraction. And yeah, I am kind of correct here. I found the same weird answer. I integrate respect to y. Yeah, because this one I think with respect to y is actually is easier, isn't it? From 0 to k. But because with respect to y, we will get about both sides. Yeah. But anyways, should be correct. Not is correct because I checked the answer. Okay, so for part B, the gradient function of the curve is, okay, px plus 2. P is a constant. Given that normal gradient to the curve is negative 1 over 6 at that point. Alright, so, okay, first thing first, you have to understand what is the meaning of gradient function. Like I explained many times in my class, the gradient function means dy dx. Huh? So the dy dx is basically is a px plus 2. Okay, so yeah, it's x power 1. So I guess this is a quadratic graph. So this quadratic graph, yeah, I do not know what exactly is a p, but I can give you some idea about normal. So let's say I have a normal here. This one is the gradient of normal. No, it's on the other side. Okay, this one let's say is the gradient of normal, which is negative 1 over 6. Okay, whenever we have the gradient of normal, what we want to do is we need to find the gradient of tangent. So tangent will be perpendicular to normal, and also will touch that point as well. So this line itself is what we call tangent. So from here I can get my gradient of tangent. And then both of them also touch the same point, 1 and negative 8. Okay, so yeah, we want to find the tangent, definitely. And why we need to find the tangent? Because tangent actually same with dy dx when we sub the x value equals to 1 into it. Okay, so yeah, you must get the idea. So yeah, if you understand, then yeah, let's do it. So I have the gradient of normal. So I know gradient of normal multiply gradient of tangent will get negative 1. So negative 1 over 6 multiply gradient of tangent, I will get negative 1. Gradient of tangent will be 6. Alright, since I know gradient of tangent will same with dy dx when I plug in my x value into it, so I can say 6 is equals to p. This one is 1. My x value is 1 plus 2. So p is equals to 4. Done. Okay, so this question involves a lot of understanding, but the working itself is not hard. But if you understand that, then it should be fine. And the equation of curve, I say 1,000 times, no matter in my class or in my video. So I will say there's only one way to actually get the equation of the curve, which is integrate dy dx. So we will integrate dy dx, which is px plus 2. So, and I have my p, I have my p, which is 4. Integrate 4x plus 2. So this one will be 4x squared over 2 plus 2x plus c. Alright, 4x squared over 2 we can write as a 2x squared, alright. This one is equal to 2x squared. Alright, I want to find the c, I need a coordinate which is 1 and negative 8. Plug in. Negative 8 equals to 2 plus 2 plus c. So c equals to negative 12. So therefore, I got my equation of the curve here. Y equals to 2x squared plus 2x minus 12. Done. Okay, so it's not too bad if you understand how to find the equation of curve. So just make sure you want to integrate it carefully. Alright, when you see the answer is not the whole number or fraction. Yeah, the answer actually live in the decimal for k. Okay, any question you want to ask about integration before I go to the paper 2? Oh my god, we take about 40 minutes for 3 questions. Okay, if there's no problem, no questions, then we will move on to the next paper. Okay, good. Okay, this one, paper 2. Alright. I will say this so haven't complete, huh? Haven't finished yet, man? We still have question? Find the equation occur. Oh, they want in the intercept form. Alright, it's in the intercept form. I guess this one should be the linear law, is it? Because quadratic, can we simply live in the intercept form? I guess you need to do the linear law for it if you want to live in the so-called intercept form. Oh, no. Okay. Because I thought the intercept form is like x over a plus y over b equals to 1. Okay, this is what I understand about intercept form. So I guess what the intercept form here means like it's easier for us to find the x-intercept. I don't know. Let's take out the 2 here. So I get x squared plus x minus 6. So they want something like x plus 3x minus 2. Is it this one? This one is easier for us to find the x-intercept if you want to. Because we can make y equals to 0, then we know the intercept will be -3 and 2, right? Okay, because at first I thought this one, maybe I need to do the linear law to change it into the intercept form. But we seldom call this one as an intercept form. I'm not sure, is it the right term to call? But anyways, I guess this is what they want. Okay, so yeah, I guess I finished already for this part. So yep, now we can go to the paper 2. Okay, I would say this is one of the hardest rate of change question I ever see. Because I mean, I don't know, when I read the question itself actually sounds a little bit confusing. Oh, Form 4 textbook actually got mentioned about that. Okay, now I learned something. Yeah, the first one is general form. General form I know is equals to 0. So, okay, now I learned something, which is intercept form can do for any polynomial equation, right? X squared, x cubed, and all that. Alright, so okay, so let's see about this question. So they give us this graph over here, and they tell us something like point P is a changeable point on the x-axis, and P increase at the rate of 10 units per second. Okay, so from here, since P increase at a rate, so I will assume this one should be dP dt is 10. And PQ is parallel to y-axis, so I have some line is parallel to the y-axis. Okay, this is according to the questions. They are parallel. Let me draw a line to stand for parallel. Okay, so first thing is they state the length L units of QR in terms of P. So this one, I don't know, I read multiple times. State the length L. I guess what they want is the L in units. I guess it's in unit. The L is basically is the QR. Okay, so L is basically represent the length of QR. Okay, so L will be actually is equals to the length of QR. So length of QR, I will just use the distance formula. So since this is P and this is parallel to the y-axis, then I know the x must be P. Then the y is very easy. I sub my P into the x here. So my y will be P squared. So I have the coordinate Q right now. So I want to get a distance. I use the distance formula. X2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. So therefore, I will get about P minus -1 square plus y p square, which is p square, minus 0 square. Okay, normally I will not write minus 0, but just worry some of you do not understand, then I just write it. So this one should be p plus 1 square plus p power 4. Okay, then yeah, this is my L equation. Yeah, because I know this is the rate of change question, so I prefer to write them into the index form rather than this one because it's easier for me to differentiate later. So okay, this is p plus 1 square plus p power 4 power of 1 over 2. Okay, because square root basically represent 1 over 2. So is it possible for SPM to be this difficult? I would say it's still possible because SPM, they love kebab. I don't know. Recently, they just love kebab very much. So yeah, you should expect some surprise there for this year. Okay, calculate the rate of QR length. Okay, QR rate of QR length. QR is basically is an L, right? So basically, what this part trying to ask you to find is they ask you to find dl dt because they want to know the rate of change of the length of QR. Yeah, even though the English, I don't know, it sounds so weird in my head, but it doesn't matter. I guess they want to find when the p value is changing, then the QR length, how the QR length will change, something like that. Okay, so I follow the chain rule first. So this is dl, this is dt. So middle obviously is dp. Because why? Because my equation is L in terms of p. And I already have the dp dt. So I guess this is what we have. So I want to find this one. So it's okay, this one is unknown. So right now, my first step is I want to find dl dp. And my equation is L in terms of p. So I just need to differentiate this equation. Okay, so if I want to differentiate this equation, I will do dl dp. So the 1 over 2, I will move to the front, become 1 over 2. And then whatever inside the bracket, I will just copy. I will not touch it at all. I will just copy. And then I want to differentiate inside the bracket. Okay, I have not enough space. Let me write at the bottom here. dl dp is 1 over 2. P plus 1 square plus p power 4. Okay, so I want to differentiate inside the bracket. I differentiate this one first. I will actually get 2p plus 1 power of 1. Differentiate inside, I get 1. Then the next one actually gave me 4p power of 3. Okay, so right now I kind of get my DLDP. I'm not going to simplify it because what I want to do is they will tell me the p value. I will just straight away plug in my p value into the DLDP. P equals to 1. So 1 over 2. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 squared is 4 plus 1, which is 5. Multiply. 2 times 2 is 4 plus 4 times 1 is 4. Okay, so this is 8. So I simplify 4. 4 times 5 is 20. Okay, so I know my DLDP is 20. So I can find my DLDT is basically equals to 20. Multiply dpdt. dpdt is 10, isn't it? It's 10. So my answer should be 200 units per second. Okay, so the power is the power is negative 1 over 2. Oh, I'm stupid. Okay, thanks for that. So this is power negative 1 over 2. Then the whole thing will become more interesting. This is 4 over square root 5. Okay, this is 4 over square root 5. Is it 4 over square root 5? Yeah. Yes. Because this is 1 over 2, then power it to minus 1. Then you will get this one. 4 over square root 5 times 10. Okay, it's 8 square root 5. Leave in decimal lah. So it will be 17.8885. Or you want to write 889 also can. Okay, so yep, this is the answer. So can we multiply the power 1 over 2 inside? No, because they have the different power. The 1 over 2 is power 1, but this one is power negative 1 over 2. Different power you cannot multiply into the bracket. At the start before differentiating, no, you cannot multiply 1 over 2 into it. So example, today I have 2x plus 5 power of 1 over 2. You move the 1 over 2 to the front. Then this is 2x plus 5 minus 1, negative 1 over 2. Then we differentiate inside, which is 2. You cannot multiply 1 over 2 into here because they have the different power. Okay, so yep, this is how we get a 6-mark question for question number 1. I guess this question, the difficult is actually in the sense of you need to understand what the question wants. Teacher, as advice for a student, is it okay for a student doesn't study kinematics? Because kinematics is actually at the section C, right? So yeah, it's okay because it's 4 choose 2. You want to skip kinematics, it's fine, but I rather skip linear programming or index number. I will do kinematic. I don't know. I find kinematic is not that hard. How many decimal places needed? I would say it's 3 decimal places at least for MF. But it's also depends. If today this is like currency or money, normally I will leave in 2 decimal. Like percentage, I will leave in 2 decimal. Like just now, that one is unit, I guess 3 decimal is fine. Because SPM, they doesn't penalty you for put more decimal. So if you are so worried that you are being minus mark, right, then you put 3 or 4 decimal, you should be always fine. Okay, so okay, function. Okay, whenever you see modulus ax plus b, you should know this is the V shape. So this one should be the V shape. And then the vertex is on the x-axis. Okay, you simply draw a V here. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to find the x-intercept. We will just make the y equal to 0 or fx equal to 0. We modular 2x minus 5 equals 0 to find the vertex here. Okay, so therefore 2x minus 5 equals to 0, x equals to 5 over 2. Then I got my vertex, which is 5 over 2 or 2.5. Then from here, I can guess where is my y-axis. Since this x is 2.5, y must be somewhere nearby. Okay, I will assume this is y-axis or I make it taller a little bit. Okay, this is my y-axis. Okay, then the question asks me to sketch from -2 to all the way to the 5. Then I just need to find what is f -2 and what is f5. I need to find both of the y coordinates. So I sub into the equation. So 2 -2 minus 5. So this one is -9, which is 9. Alright, then I got the first coordinate, -2, 9. Alright, then the next one, 2, 5 minus 5. So this is 10 minus 5 is 5. So 5 actually at 5. So 5, 5, then this line is lower a little bit. So I will be 5, 5. Done. Okay, this is my V shape. So basically, I think the important part is you want to make sure you get these two coordinates, get it right, and then the vertex, get it right. Okay, sometimes they will ask you to show the y-intercept, but in this case, I don't think you need to. Just write like this, see, only 3 marks, no need to do so much. Okay, B, function. Alright, this is the new added thing for KSSM syllabus, which is they'll ask you to draw the inverse function, because in KBSM you don't have inverse, they will never ask you to draw the inverse function. Alright, so they give us this equation, and then they give us this one is what we so-called domain. And then they ask us to sketch. Okay, they already sketched for you. It's given the f inverse exists. F inverse exists is must be 1-to-1 function. It must be 1-to-1 function. Basically mean one x value can only go to one y value. And then they ask us to sketch an f inverse and hence find the range and domain for it. Okay, so they will always reflection on the line y equals to x. So I will just simply add the line y equals to x by myself. This line is y equals to x. And then this one will, the f inverse, the inverse function, going to reflect here. So you have something like this. So here is like negative 1.5. And then this one, they will intersect at the line y equals to x, definitely. Then this one will be a f inverse. Okay, so then what they want us to do is, after I sketch already, they will ask us to find the range and domain. So here I actually say many times in my video. Let's say this is fx. This is f inverse. No, it's fine. So this is domain. This range. So for the fx, the domain is from negative 1.5, sorry, negative 1.5 all the way to the 2. And I want to find the range for fx first. I don't put two dots, I'm very messy here. I draw a line like this. Okay, I want to find the range. It's very easy because this is one-to-one function. You want to find its range, you just need to sub the domain into the fx only. So therefore, you can sub the negative 1.5 into the fx. Definitely the first one you get 0 because here is the 0, isn't it? Then you need to sub the 2 into the equation. This is 2 plus 3 over 2 plus 2, which is 7 over 4. So that's me. I know my range for the graph is from all the way to the 2 here is all the way to the 7 over 4. So therefore, my range here is between 0 to 7 over 4. Okay, right now, the question asks about domain and range for f inverse. You can just copy the answer like this. Okay, so how I copy is the f I change to the x. So right now, my inverse function domain will be from 0 to 7 over 4. My range will be from, range is right f inverse inside, sorry, negative 1.5 to 2. Okay, so yeah, you will sort of the reflection. So as long as you know this one, you can just copy each other. Then yeah, and if you want to know why, basically because the reflection on the line y equals to x, and it caused this thing always happen like this. So is it all inverse function reflects at the y equals to x? Yes, they will always reflect at the y equals to x. It's a fixed line already. Okay, so yeah, I see my moderator actually is helping at the chat over there. So is everything fine? Then I'm going to move on to the next one. Okay, it's 10 already. Maybe I just go through few more. Alright, this vector question is not too bad. Okay, let's have a look at these vector questions. The diagram 3 actually show the triangle OAB. The point C lies on AB and D is a midpoint. Okay, so this one is a midpoint here. So when is the horizontal line test and vertical line test done? I don't understand you. To prove the theory of math is very complex. When is the horizontal line test and so A incorrect graph need to reflect over x-axis? Really? Am I miss out anything? Sketch the f inverse. Why need to reflect over the x-axis? Am I forget to read something? Sketch the graph of f inverse. Yeah, so the horizontal test is basically test like, is it one-to-one function, isn't it? Oh, is it another? Oh, you mean this one I haven't finished, is it? After sketch already? Sketch the domain and specify the range for this one. Okay, the range for this question will be the y must be between 0 to 9, isn't it? Above the question. The function defined by sketch specify corresponding range for the domain. Okay, then I done. The function is defined show is given the f inverse exit on the same plane. Sketch the graph of f inverse, hence define the domain and range for f inverse. Oh, on the top got a negative. Okay. I totally doesn't see the negative. Okay. Yes, thanks for everyone trying to tell me about that. I'm too blur. Yes, you're right. So whenever we have the negative in front of the modulus, it's always negative. Always negative basically means my graph must go below. Yeah, so let me make it longer. So it will pass through the, yeah, I'm not sure why I just accidentally didn't see carefully. So yeah, here will be -9. Here will be 5, right? Oh my god, just never mind lah, just redraw everything. I didn't see the negative there. I'm sorry. So therefore, are they using the y here? They use fx. Okay. So my fx is actually negative modulus 2x minus 5. So what we want to do is we need to find a vertex. Since this is negative, we still make the fx equal to 0 to find our vertex. So I'm still getting 2x minus 5. Even though this is like this, right? But still 2x minus 5 equals 0. X is still 5 over 2. So my vertex is here. But this one right now is a maximum point already. So this is like 5 over 2. This is my x-axis. And then what I want to do is I sub in the -2 into here. So negative 4 minus 5 is -9. -9 will be -9. Alright, so my y-axis is somewhere here. This is my y-axis. So the -2 will go to -9. So it's somewhere here. -2, it will go to -9. Alright, then I will do the f5 here. So it's -2, 5 minus 5. So this one is basically is -5. So it will go to 5 here. It will go all the way to the -5. So therefore, my range is from 0 all the way to the 9. So my range is, my f is between 0 to -9. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I thought it's about B. Okay, actually it's about A. I just didn't see carefully about the question. If you have the negative in front of the modulus, the whole graph is actually at the negative zone, below the x-axis. Okay. Yeah, so you can do the horizontal test or vertical test for the inverse function. It's always is one-to-one function. Like if horizontal test, you only can see one of it lah. So you only touch one point. So if you do the vertical test, you also always touch one point as well. You want to test it. Yeah, so you just need to test it yourself. not depend this one. If you got this one, they're actually touching both of the point, right? Then here must have the equal sign as well. Yeah, we just follow the domain. Okay. Yes, the student is right. Write the negative first, then only write positive. Oh my god, what's wrong with me? Yep, let's correct it. It's from -9 all the way to 0. Okay, so I hope I can finally move on. So tired. Okay, so this is the midpoint. So this is A, this is B. So here will be half B, here will be half B also. Go in this direction. Okay, so then the question actually asks us, they tell us this ratio. So AC equals to 2CB. So this is ratio 2, this is ratio 1. Alright, then they ask us to find DA. So if you want to find the DA, it's very easy. DA is basically equals to negative half B plus A. So I write A minus half B. Done. Then they ask us to find OC. Okay, from O to C. So I prefer doing OA plus AC. Yeah, you can go the other way if you want to. OA is A, AC is 2 over 3 of AB. So 2 over 3 of AB, AB will be negative A plus B, isn't it? So I'm going to solve this one. 1A minus 2 over 3A is 1 over 3A plus 2 over 3B. Done. This is how I get my OC here. Okay, so then 2 mark. So they give us some information and then they say the straight line OC is extend to the E such that DA is parallel to B. D to A must parallel to, so this one must be extend until somewhere like this. E will be somewhere here. So they want to make sure DA is parallel to B. Okay, so it gives us some two equations. So we kind of need to solve these two equations. So OE equals to HOC. So I can sub the OC into it. I have the OC already. 1 over 3A plus 2 over 3B. So this is 1 over 3 HA plus 2 over 3 HB. Okay, this is my OE. Then they give us another equation. BE equals to KDA. DA I have also. And I know BE actually have the hidden O in between. This is BO plus OE. Because they asked us to express OE, so we want to make OE as a subject. So DA I will just copy. DA just now is A minus half B, right? Yeah. A minus half B. So BO is negative B plus OE is KA minus half KB. So I'm going to move the negative B to the other side, become positive B. So it becomes plus 1 minus half K B. Okay, I basically factorize out the B also. Can use the midpoint term theorem for OC. Yeah, if anyone know the midpoint term of OC, yeah, you can use. I kind of not sure how to use. Or maybe Craig can share in the chat or in the Discord also can. Alright, so after that they asked us to find both of them. We did. Okay, they want in terms of HAB, in terms of KAB. So yeah, then we did. After that we did already. So they asked us to find H and K. So I know basically it's a simultaneous. What I want to do is I will sub the OE into the OE. Okay, so 1 over 3 HA plus 2 over 3 HB equals to KA plus 1 minus half KB. And then we're comparing A here. When I say comparing A, basically I compare the value in front of the A, which is 1 over 3 H equals to K, H equals to 3K. Then we're comparing B. So I'm comparing B here. The B value is 2 over 3 H here. The other side, my B is 1 minus half K. So therefore, my H is 3K. So simplify this is 2K, so it will be 5 over 2K equals to 1. K is 2 over 5. And I'll find H is 3 times 2 over 5. So H will be 6 over 5. Done. Okay, I'm not sure why they actually tell us that both of them are parallel. I thought they want to further to ask us to find some other vector or for something like BE. Yeah, but over here, maybe it's because of that they can write us the two equation. Okay, but anyways, yeah, this is how we're going to do these questions. 6 mark. Okay, any question you want to ask about these vector questions? Yeah, the comparing method is very common. Alright, if no problem, then we're going to move on to the next question again. Alright, progression. So over here we have diagram A and we have wire A and wire B. And I believe both of them have a different length here. The first part must be A, so both of them will have the same A. And then their subsequent shortened part by D. So both of them also subtract the, when they roll, they actually make it become shorter and shorter and shorter, shorter by D. So A is 820 centimeter. And then they can bend into the 10 part. And B is actually 1240 centimeter and can bend into 20 part. And then they ask us to find A and D that give us like 4 mark over here. So at least what I understand is sum of the 10 term for wire A should be 820 because all the part I add together must be 820. And then here I use the Sn formula is n over 2, 2a plus n minus 1d. Okay, so this is 10 over 2, 2a plus 9d equals to 820. Then 2a plus 9d is 820 divided by 5. So it's 164. Alright, then we do the same thing for wire B. S20 is 1240. This is 20 over 2, 2a plus 19d equals to 1240. This is 10, cut 1 0. 2a plus 19d equals to 124. And then we're going to use the elimination. So 2a plus 9d equals to 164. This is first equation, second equation. I will use first equation minus second equation. So I get negative 10d equals to negative 40. Oh no, 10d equals to negative 40. D equals to negative 4. Then I sub back to get my A. 9 negative 4 equals to 164. So this is minus 36. So this one will give us 200. A will be 100. Okay, this is how I get the 4 mark. Basically, it's like solve the two simultaneous equation. Done. Which part actually measure about 52? Basically mean Tn equals to 52. A plus n minus 1d, this is the formula for Tn, will be 52. A is 100 and d is negative 4. I just need to solve this equation, then I should be able to get the answer. So 48 divided by 4 equals to n minus 1. So n minus 1 equals to 12, then n equals to 13. Okay, so I know is at the 13th part, you will get the length of 52. So can you show on the diagram which part consider a section? Which question are you asking? I don't get it. Can you show on the diagram which part is consider a section? What do you mean by section? Yeah, maybe you can elaborate more. So the difference between the length of the last part of the two wire. So the last part for the first one is basically then bend into 10 part, isn't it? So it's just T10. So T10 is A plus n minus 1d. So it should get 100 minus 36 is 64. Then you will get T20, which is the last part for the second wire B. So it's 100 plus 19d. So 100 minus 19 times 4. So this is 24. So the difference between them, you just use the big one minus a small one. 64 minus 24, you will get 40. Then we're done. You mean one section of the bend part. Yes, the wire, I think, the bend into one section. Oh, okay. So it's something like this. This is the A. Okay, this one will be the A. Yeah, actually there's an A here. I guess it's quite hard to see. But okay, just ignore this one. This length is basically is A. Then when he bend it, A is actually is a T1, right? When you bend like this is a T2. T2 is basically is A minus D because it's actually make it shorter. Then he bend again, which is like this. This one is basically is a T3. This one will be A minus 2D because he minus D already, he minus D again when he bend like this. Then when he bend again, this one is T4, right? So this one is basically A minus 3D. So you keep on minus D lah. You can imagine when you bend it, it keep on minus D, minus D, minus D. But then this one only bend until 10 part, then it stop already. This one they actually bend into the 20 part. Then only they stop. And basically because both wire A and wire B, both of them have the different length. It's not A plus D. One of the reason is because A is the longest line over here. Then the next one is actually is make it become shorter. Got teach Java coding? No. Alright, so any more questions about these questions? Yeah, so this one is basically a T1 is one section, T2 is another section, T3 is another section. So the last term should be 0, right? No. Because like if I bend it into the 10 part, right, the last term will be T10. T10 must be has certain length. Maybe like T11 is 0, but T10 must have certain length. And just now we calculate already. So T10 for the wire A is basically like 64. Because it's not really minus D, want to make sure I turn 10 times I will actually get 0. Which is not in the case here. Yeah, unless D is like largest value, then maybe it's still possible T10 is 0. But in this case, D is minus 4. You just imagine you start with like 100 centimeter wire. I mean your A is 100 centimeter. If you bend minus 4 for 10 times, is it possible to get 0? Not yet, right? Because the wire is still very long. Yeah, if you want to calculate when to get 0, yeah, you can go ahead and try it out. Yep. Any more questions? Any more questions? I'm thinking, should I rest or continue one more? Oh my god. Okay. Let's finish this question now. It's not like very hard, but then a lot of words to do. But okay, let's discuss the last question for today. Then next week we continue the rest of the questions. Okay. We have a square here, and then we have a rectangle, right angle triangle. Yeah, I can read the question yourself. So the point and equation is given here. Okay, so the k to m is this equation. I can highlight for you just in case you cannot see. So this equation is given you some information is this one. So normally if I have something like this, I know it, normally I will change it into the gradient form. So it's easier for me to get the gradient. So my y is basically negative 5 over 3x plus 8 over 3. Okay, so then the question asks me to find the coordinate b. Okay, so okay, so what I want to do is, this is equation of km. So right now, I want to find the equation of JL. So I know the gradient of JL, multiply the gradient of MK or KM must be equal to negative 1, right? Because they are 90 degrees to each other. So I can get, so since this gradient of JL multiply negative 5 over 3 equals to negative 1, Then I know the gradient of JL is 3 over 5. And I have the gradient of JL already, and I have the coordinate J. I can form the equation easily. So equation of JL is y minus 5 equals to 3 over 5 x minus 2. So this one should be y equals to 3 over 5x minus 6 over 5 plus 5. So y equals to 3 over 5x. This is 25, it will be plus 19 over 5. Okay, so I got the equation of JL, and I also have the equation of MK. You can see both of the equation, they actually intersect at the coordinate B, isn't it? Both equation intersect at B. So if I sub the first equation into the second equation here, I will actually get my coordinate B here. So therefore, I will sub this one into here. So 3 over 5x plus 19 over 5 equals to negative 5 over 3x plus 8 over 3. Right here, I'm going to use the calculator for it. Plus 5 over 3. So this is 34 over 15x equals to 8 over 3 minus 19 over 5. Okay, negative 17 over 15. So x should be negative 1 over 2. Okay, so after I get my x value here already, I want to get a y value. I can sub into any equation I want. Let's say I sub into the first one. So y should be 5 over 6 plus 8 over 3. Yeah, 7 over 2. Yeah, I got my coordinate b right now. Therefore, my coordinate b will be negative 1 over 2 and 7 over 2. Alright, normally I want to check the position. Is it make sense? One negative, one positive? Yes, it makes sense at that position. Okay, after I got the coordinate b, they ask us to find the value of t. Is a straight line. Y equals to t is tangent to the locus of p at this equation. Okay, so this one, first thing is locus of p, they doesn't tell us anything. And y equals to t, t can be any value. So over here, what I understand is, it's something like this lah. So this is locus of p. This is locus p. Then maybe I have some line, y equals to t. Y equals to t will be tangent to it. So tangent, actually we understand two things. One is for the differentiation one. Basically mean they will have the same gradient. Another meaning we understand about tangent basically mean they touch one point. Touch one point also can mean b squared minus 4ac equals 0, isn't it? So over here I'm going to use the second method. So what I want to do right now is I will sub the t into the t or the y here. So x squared plus t squared plus 4x minus 6t minus 3 equals to 0. Then x squared plus 4x plus t squared minus 6t minus 3 equals 0. Then I will do b squared minus 4ac equals 0 here. My b is basically a 4 squared. My a is 1, my c is super long, t squared minus 6t minus 3. Right, then I will solve this equation. Minus 4t squared plus 24t plus 12 equals 0. I hope I didn't make any carry mistake here. So 4t squared minus 24t minus 28 equals 0. Alright, then I divide 4. T squared minus 6t minus 7 equals 0. Then I factorize t minus 7, t minus 1 plus 1, equals 0. Then t equals to 7 or t equals to negative 1. Okay, so now the question asks us to find the t. Find the value of t. Alright, done. This is how we get the value of t. Okay, because we don't have much information about the locus. Yeah, because we doesn't know the locus p is something that always equidistant to some other coordinate. The question doesn't tell us anything. The question just gives us the equation of locus, and then they say it will tangent to the straight line y equals t. So the only information is I understand both of them, the locus and the straight line, touch one point. This is the reason why I decide to choose the b squared minus 4ac for it. Okay, last one, b. Okay, given that m1 is the gradient of, so if you want to do the differentiation method, how to do? You can't do the differentiation methods here. Why? Because you don't have any x value. Remember, when if you choose to use the divide dx, right? After you do a divide dx already, you need to sub the x value into it to find the gradient of tangent. But over here, your y is equal to t, and you can sub into that. Your x is actually a long equation. It's not really a value, so there's no way you sub into that. So in this case, I will never use a differentiation, because which I think is not possible. Okay, so right now they focus on the triangle. So I'm not sure you can see a right angle triangle here or not. Yeah, so the last part they're actually talking about this triangle. So it's over here. They tell us that AB, the gradient of AB is M1. Gradient of BC is M2. Okay, gradient of is M1. Never mind, I write gradient of AB equals to M1. And gradient of BC equals to M2. Alright, then we have two angles, theta 1 and theta 2, show that M1 times M2 equals to -1. Alright, right now they actually ask us to show the perpendicular formula, how to get that formula. And use a little bit on trigo also. Okay, this is a little bit of modern math here. Okay, so since the theta 1 is over here, and I try to link between M1 and M2, because this right angle triangle, I can use Sokatua H. But since I want to use M1 and M2, then I ignore about hypotenuse. I'm not going to use a hypotenuse. I want to use O and A. So this is the reason why I choose tangent. So I will say tangent theta 1 is basically opposite BC over adjacent AB. Alright, then we go to the second theta 2. Okay, if you see carefully, theta 2 is outside the theta 2 is outside of the circle. So we know that because they are related, right? So as long as both of them are add together is 180, we can borrow the this one, I call it theta F, stand for fact one. Okay. No, R stand for reference now. Okay. We can borrow theta R to actually help us to do trigo first. Okay. So tangent theta R is basically equals to opposite, which is AB, because this is ABC, right? AB over the adjacent BC. But this is for reference only. Means what? Because your theta 2 is actually at the second quadrant. This angle at the second quadrant. So add sugar to coffee tell you tangent at the second quadrant must be negative. So this is the reason why this is negative AB over BC. Okay, this is something you already learned in modern math. Okay, so right now I have the tangent theta 1 and tangent theta 2, which is here and here. Okay, then what I want to do right now is, because the question asks us to prove the M1, M2 equals to -1 in it. So let's do it M1 times M2. N1 multiply M2. Okay. If you understand the... Okay, in order to get the gradient 1, right, we can actually use the tangent to find the gradient, isn't it? So, can I say like that? If I sub in, yeah, should be okay. Yep. This one is actually need to go back to some modern math knowledge. Example. Let's say today I have a value like this. This is 3. This is 6. This is theta. If I want, let's say this is AB lah. Let's say I want to find the gradient of AB. Some of you know, oh, it's negative y-intercept over x-intercept. So then it's negative 1 over 2. Or some will actually use the gradient formula. This is 0, 3, and this is 6, 0. Then they say, oh, 3 minus 0 over 3 minus 0 over 0 minus 6. So it's still negative half. But we can also use the tangent theta. Because if this is theta, right? The tangent theta is basically is opposite over adjacent, right? So is opposite is 3. Adjacent will be 6. But if you do like this, right? We kind of need to take care whether this line gradient is positive or negative. So over here, we have to add a negative for it because this gradient is basically is a negative. So you will get the negative 1 over 2 eventually. But okay, this is a very bad example. But what I want to tell you is we can actually use the tangent theta to actually find the gradient. So over here, so if I want to do m1 times m2, can I straight away substitute it into it? 2-mark questions. M1 times M2 is 90 degrees between each other. I'm thinking, can I actually do something like tangent theta 1 multiply tangent theta 2? If I can do like this, then I can actually get the negative 1. But I want to know why, if can, but why? If I want to get the gradient of AB, I'm going to get the gradient of AB. Use the tangent theta 1 minus tangent theta 2 equals to 90. Expand. Yeah, but this is just 2-mark question. I guess we should have some easier way to solve this 2-mark question, isn't it? Because normally we need to form one equation. M1 tangent theta 1 is BC over AB. So if this one opposite over adjacent, we get the gradient of that line. Opposite over adjacent, BC. Yeah, BC over AB is the gradient of AB. Yeah, okay. I kind of get it. The second one, AB over this one. Okay. Because this one, let's say we trying to use tangent to solve to explain here. Let's say we want to get the gradient of AB. Okay, just now we say we can actually use a tangent theta, right? But in this case, because it's negative, so we actually need to add a negative in front of it. Okay, but how do we know is if we can use the tangent theta or not? Because if this is tangent theta, right, because we actually learned a gradient formula, negative y-intercept over x-intercept, right? So if like we use the y, but this one is not really the y-intercept. So if I die want to use this concept to explain, I kind of cannot convince myself 100%. So like, this is tangent theta. If I want to find the alpha, then I will say I find this one over, it's fine. Okay, this 2-mark question, I explain to you guys next time. I don't know, it seems a little bit weird from me. Yeah, I know the marking scheme actually sub the theta 1 and theta 2 into there, but I want to know why we can actually straight away sub like that and multiply. I mean, why the gradient 1 is tangent theta 1? Can we use the tangent to find the gradient? Draw a vertical line from B to X axis. Okay, B to X axis. Then tangent, then we can get the yeah, I know we can actually use the additional law or subtraction law to actually solve it, right? But because this is 2 mark, so I think, is there any faster way of doing that? Um yeah, because right now I'm trying to convince myself gradient 1 is actually equals to tangent theta 1. Yeah, I see some BC over AB and negative AB over BC. Then I know I can actually link both of them by substituting. But eventually I will still get something like tangent theta 1 times tangent theta 2. I still need to find a way to sub in my M1, M2. So right now the question is why the M1 actually equals to tangent theta 1. Let the PT be n. Let the point be n. Then the angle CNB is theta 1. Let this point be n. If I want to find the gradient of AB, what I will do? Okay, it's fine. I do not want to waste the time here. Yeah. Maybe I will go to Google a little bit, see is there any easiest way to make students understand? If not, maybe I will use the super long way to actually get this 2 mark. Yeah, this question is kind of weird because I seldom do something related. I mean, use the trigo angle relate back to the gradient formula. But yeah, I actually see some methods. So for Craig, maybe you can share the solution into the Discord. Then I can check it out. Because this chat room, I think after I end the live streaming, all the chat will need to watch the playback only I can see the chat. So simple tangent theta 1 equals to BC over AD. Okay. Since life is about all the experiment, let's do some experiment. Because if all is a y-intercept, I know I can easily do it, but let's see. Randomly give some coordinate and we do some experiments. See, is it fun or not to do this kind of thing? Okay, let's say this is coordinate 2 and this is coordinate -3. Okay, so and then this one is some random coordinate lah. Let's say this is -1 and 5. A random coordinate, okay? Then this one will be ABC. And we have a theta 1 here. Okay, let's say I want to find the gradient of AB. Oh no, I cannot simply put something because there must be 90 degree, right? Okay, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we follow the 3, 4, 5 rule. Cannot simply it will not be the case. Okay, well, I cannot simply give any coordinates or some smart student help me to count. The distance here must be 4. Must be 4, then this one. What is the coordinate here? Here must be 3 and another must be 4. Don't tell me I need to do simultaneous again. Oh shit. Okay, let's do simultaneous to find out this x, y, then we do experiment again. So, my god. Okay, whoever want to leave, you can leave first. I actually doing some... Oh yeah. XY can do the sine theta and cos theta. Can use that to get a coordinate. You guys are way too smart then, I think. Okay, we got this. Let's say this is 3, 4, and 5. But I want to get coordinate. Oh. If this is 90 degree, is there any faster way I can get this coordinate? Never mind. I think I do the experiment myself. If I do the experiment at the live here, actually make myself look like very stupid like that. I don't know. And today actually I had non-stop class from noon until now, so my brain is kind of stuck right now. Use the tangent ratio. Tangent theta 2 equals to the tangent 180 degree minus theta 2. So m1, m2 equals to tangent theta 1 times theta 2. Let m1 equals to tangent theta 1, let m2 equal tangent theta 2. Yeah, if I can use the let method, then it will be good lah. But then, can we just simply add let one man? Yes, I understand if you can let m1 equals to tangent theta 1 and let m2 equals to tangent theta 2, then this one will equals to tangent theta 1 times tangent theta 2, then this one will equals to BC over AB times negative AB over BC. Then we can cut -1, then we just write Sean. But okay, it seems, yeah, because I trying to understand the logic behind. Yeah, the JY actually tell me something like tangent theta 2 equals to tangent 180 minus theta 2. You forgot a negative, right? Yeah, there's a negative. Yes, correct. Then m1 times m2 equals to it's fine. You'll just accept this answer first lah. If you want to know the reason behind it, maybe if I can find out or some smart student can help me to find out, then we will continue. Alright, anyways, thanks for all your time, and for my masterclass student, I'm going to see you guys tomorrow at 8 p.m. We're going to discuss some model paper. And for all my moderator, no matter it's Elvin, Claire or JY, thanks for coming and thanks for helping me. And yeah, whoever want to further discuss about this question, you can go to my Discord channel. And yeah, it's about 11 already. And I wish all of you enjoy your Christmas on Saturday and the new year coming soon. Yeah, basically, but even enjoy, but right now we have the Omicron, so make sure you stay safe and do all the necessary safety step to protect yourself. And for some stage right now actually having the banjir, right? So make sure you guys take care and see you guys all around my YouTube channel, and all the best and good night. Bye bye.